Hi students, today topic is theory of inference for statement calculus. Now up to normal forms we will discuss only statement calculus. The statement calculus is nothing but we discuss with now only statements by using the notations. So what is the theory of inference? See here definition, let A and B be a two statement formulas. We say that B is logically follows from A, or B is a valid conclusion of the premise A if and only if A conditional B is a tautology. So the theory of inference is based on tautological implication. So by using A, we can get the output is B. Then it is a valid conclusion. So you can say that premises H1, H2 up to HM, a conclusion C is follows logically if and only if H1 and H2 and so on, H2, HM is tautologically implies to C. Okay, this is the theory of inference. We will see the problems. So the theory of inference also we are having the two methods, truth table method and without constructing truth table method. So first we will see the with the truth table method. So determine whether the conclusion C follows logically from the premises H1 and H2. So here C is the conclusion and H1, H2 is the premises. So here what is the H1? H1 is the P conditional Q and H2 is the P. So here capital A is nothing but P conditional Q comma P and capital B is Q. So a truth table method also we are having the two methods. The first one is this one. We are having the two variables, so P comma Q, and P is the one of the premises and P conditional Q is the one of the premises and C is the conclusion. So first write down the truth table for these three. After that you have to identify the H1 and H2 and C. So wherever we are having the truth values of premises, the premises is nothing but P conditional Q and P. So whenever both having the truth values, only first condition. That case the conclusion is also true. It is a valid conclusion. So here only the premises P conditional Q, only one case the truth value is true is available. That case the conclusion Q is also true. So the Q is valid conclusion from P conditional Q comma P. This is the one method of truth table method of theory of inference. So without truth table method we can follow the some rules, that is nothing but the rules of inference. Okay, before going to the implication formulas, first in this we are having the two formulas, rule P and rule T. Rule P is nothing but a premise may be introduced at any point in the derivation. So given premises we can use in the derivation, that is nothing but the rule P. And rule T is nothing but a formula S may be introduced in a derivation if S is tautologically implied by one or more of the preceding formulas in the derivation. So that is nothing but by using equivalence formulas or implication formulas, you have to write down the new formula, that is nothing but the rule T. Okay. So already we know the tautological implication. It is also called as implication formulas. P and Q is tautologically equivalent to P. That is nothing but what are the truth values of these two? So P and Q conditional P is a tautology, then both are tautological implied. That means whenever we are having the P and Q, simply you can write the P. Why you are writing the P? It is tautologically followed by P and Q. But in place of P, you cannot write P and Q. Only P and Q place you have to write down the P. Here also same that P and Q, whenever we are having the P and Q, we simply can write down the Q. In place of Q, you cannot write the P and Q. Why you cannot write? Q is logically followed by P and Q. P and Q is not logically followed by Q. Okay. RHS is logically followed by RHS. That purpose you have to write down the only in place of P and Q, Q. Okay. These all are the implication formulas. Compulsory you have to remember. Then only you can do the problems and rules of inference. Okay, so why you can go for the without truth table? For example, any problem we are getting the more than 5, more than 6 variables, then we can go for the best method is without truth table. With the truth table, it is not possible. You have to write down the truth values. It is difficult. That's why you go for the without truth table. So here example problem is demonstrate that R is a valid inference from the premises P conditional Q, Q conditional R and P. Okay. So in the previous problem, they are mentioning premises and conclusion. Okay. So in this problem, not mentioning the which one is premises and which one is conclusion. So here demonstrate R is a valid inference. So here R is a conclusion. These three are the premises. Okay. So first you have to take the first premise P conditional Q. So it is a rule P. Previous before slide I discussed what is a rule P. In the given premise as it is, you have to introduce in the derivation, that is nothing but the rule P. Okay, and the another premise you have to take P. It is also a rule P. P is also the given premise. So P comma P conditional Q by using rule I13. See once rule I13 going to the before slide, I will share the material. P comma P conditional Q is equivalent to Q. So this is the rule T. Here I am using the implication formulas. By using I13 can get the Q. This is the rule T. Okay. And the next premise we are having Q conditional R. Q conditional R is also the given premise. That is why it is the rule P. And again Q comma Q conditional R is nothing but by using rule I13 R. So here the conclusion is R. You are getting the R or not. So R is a valid conclusion. R is logically followed from the premises P conditional Q comma Q conditional R comma P. Okay. So in the next example, show that R or S follows logically from the premises. That is nothing but R or S is the conclusion. The premise is CRD, comma, CRD conditional negation H, comma, negation H conditional AN negation B, comma, AN negation B conditional R or S. Okay. So first, finally you can show the RRS. So first I can consider the first premise CRD. Your wish CRD negation H. Any premise at any time you can take. So CRD conditional negation H. This one is the given premise. So that's why you have to write down the rule P. And next premise I can take the negation H conditional A and negation P. This is also the given premise. That's why you have to write down the rule P. And by using rule I13, CRD conditional negation H conditional A negation B. Simply you can write as CRD conditional A and negation B. Okay, this is the rule T. By using these two, you have to write down this one. This is the rule T. And the next premise is A and negation P conditional RRS. Okay, this is the rule P. By using these two, by using the rule I13, you have to write down the CRD conditional RRS. Okay, so this is the rule T. By using these two, we can get this one. So it is the rule T. And the remaining premise we are having CRD. So you have to write down the CRD. It is a rule P. So by using the rule I11, CRD, comma, CRD conditional RRS. Okay, so you will get the RRS. It is the rule T. So finally we can show that the RRS. So RRS is logically follows from the premises. These four premises. Okay. And the next problem is show that SRR is tautologically employed by these premises. Okay. So before problems only one formula comma another formula comma like that. But here P R Q and P conditional R and Q conditional S. So we have to divide it. P R Q is the one premise, P conditional is the another premise, Q conditional is the another premise. So first I can take the P R Q. It is a rule P. And simply I can write as negation P conditional Q. How you can write this one? By using P conditional Q is equivalent to negation P R Q. This is the rule T. By using this one you have to write down the new formula, that is the rule T. And the next one Q conditional, I have to take the Q conditional S. By using these two I have to write down the negation P conditional S by using rule I13. This is also a rule T. And another I am having the another premise P conditional R. Here I have to introduce the P conditional rule T. So here negation P conditional S. After that, how we can convert the negation S conditional P. Contrapositive of the given conditional statement is nothing but negation S conditional P. Okay, by using this one I have to write down the negation S conditional R is in the form of P conditional Q. That's why you have to simply write S R R. Okay, finally you can show that S R R is the tautologically implied by these statement formulas. Okay, thank you students.